third row mid-sized SUVs is one of those sweet spots in the market because it's not overly sized. You have room for the family. Coast GM at Port Richey has given us the 2023 GMC Acadia front-wheel drive Denali in your Summit White. New this year is a revised steering wheel for the SLT, AT4, and the Denali trim. But is it better to wait for the 2024 that's going to be a complete redesign with rivals like your Kia Telluride, Honda Pilot, Jeep Grand Cherokee, Subaru Ascent? The list goes on. It is a very packed segment. But when you get the Denali, you're getting the plush interior, the smooth ride, the V6 powered engine. Which one's going to be the best option? I'm Anthony from Hawkeye Rides. I'm going to go over all the specs and details starting now. The new GMC Acadia Denali has the proportions of a very luxurious exterior. Starting up front, you're going to get the chrome across all of your grille. I like the Denali badging inside. GMC is prominent. On the lower part, you're getting the gloss black that goes into your LED fog lamps with LED daytime runnings. The 2024 is going to be more boxed and chunky. It's also going to be wider and taller. It's going to flare out a little bit, where this one's a little bit more settled, but because it's the Denali, all the trim is going to be the same color as the body, except for the very lower bit, you'll get the matte black with the gloss black strip that brushes into your LED tail lamp. The Denali badging in the chrome with your chrome dual exhaust outlets in your tow package with the chrome strip across the center, GMC badging. And for the refresh, you'll have a wider track, over 7 inches of clearance, so you can tackle any terrain that you need to, more or less. And because this is more of a luxury vehicle, it's not like you're going to be taking it off the road. That'd be more for the AT4. Clean fenders encased in 20-inch ultra bright machine aluminum wheels. Behind those wheels, 12.6 inches is a disc reading, 12.4 is on the rear, a McPherson strut front suspension, an independent 5-link rear suspension. So it's going to be a smooth drive, and it's just going to glide over it. Comparing it against the refresh for 2024, this one's not going to be as long. A length at 193.4, a wheelbase at 112.5, which is the smallest in the segment, and I like that because it makes it a little bit easier for maneuverability purposes. Yeah, it's only maybe an inch or two comparing it against the Kia Telluride or the Jeep Grand Cherokee, even a Chevy Traverse. Similar to a Subaru Ascent, towing is not going to be the best, but you still have 4,000 pounds, so you can pretty much take care of your jet ski. And if it's a smaller boat, maybe like a 14 or 15 footer, I would say anything past that is going to be a little bit too heavy. Front and reverse parking sensors going inside to your power tailgate. You have a storage tray underneath the floor and storage on the left side with a 12-volt charger. Split fold the third row to a 50-50 split. That's going to increase the cargo to 41.7 cubic feet. Fold the captain seats down to max the cargo at 79 cubic feet, which is the best in class when you look at the side, because the Jeep Grand Cherokee L is about 10 inches longer than this vehicle. A payload over 1,800 pounds, V6 engine. Let's go inside, start it up so you can hear that exhaust note. The GMC Acadia gives us a great option for a mid-size SUV, and they back the performance with a 3.6-liter V6 producing 310 horsepower with 271 pound-feet of torque. That's paired to a 9-speed automatic transmission, achieving 19 to 27 mpgs with a 0 to 60 around 6.1 seconds. MPGs 0 to 60, best in class. Quarter mile, 14.9 seconds. best in class. It beats the Jeep Grand Cherokee L when it's the V6. The V8 obviously is going to be a little bit faster, but the gas consumption, it's going to just inhale more. It's going to be like an alcoholic. It's going to be faster than the Kia Telluride, the Honda Pilot. So whenever you're looking at trying to get a mid-size SUV, you have towing capabilities, you got the luxury, which you're about to see in the interior, and you got the power to back it. Let me know in the comments what you think about the 2023 GMC Acadia Denali. As we go into the interior, go over the tech and take it for a test run. Entering inside the GMC Acadia Denali, you're going to receive 40 inches of headroom, 41 inches of legroom, bucket front seats, jet black leather with the contrast stitching, 10-way power adjustments, Denali badging, heated, ventilated. The dash gets the wood and the aluminum inlays around your air vents and around the center infotainment screen with the gloss black here in the center. The top also bulges out just like the hood, so I do like that it gives a sporty performance style in the interior of the front. And we're set with an 8-inch touchscreen with navigation. We got the pinch, we got the swipe, click the home either on the screen or the buttons. Slide it here and you have your quick wedges that you can just click on to the fly and it'll just make it bigger. AM, FM, Sirius XM, streaming Bluetooth audio. Pull it into reverse. We have a reverse camera with trajectory, so it does make it easy for your reversing. You can also do it for your trailer. And you can zoom in. Dual climate control settings is underneath it. Your push to pull to get it into gear. Wireless charging pad, USB-A, USB-C with a 12-volt. Cup holders, 32-ounce should be able to fit. You have your terrain management right here. Elbows are going to be a little bit more sport derived. Open up inside. It's a deep pocket. It's not necessarily so wide, but they do give you more storage because you got to pass through underneath it. 4-spoke leather wrap steering wheel, multi-function. It's heated. The gauge cluster can go through an array of information for the driver in the center. I do like the way it's set up because it gives you that new look in the center. Door panel, get your everyday materials with the contrast stitching, memory for the driver, one touch up and down for the front windows with the wood and the contrast stitching here where you rest your elbows, a large storage pocket to open the tailgate, and your premium Bose sound system. For the second row, I'm at 39.6 inches of headroom, 39.7 inches of legroom. Because these are captain seats, we have 4-way manual adjustments. For the price point, we'll let it slide. I can slide it back, which will make it a little bit less desirable, especially if I recline it back. I'm not going to be able to fit at all at 6'3". If I sit normal, it's not necessarily too bad. I can adjust this all the way up. I'm going to be very uncomfortable here. They're going to be very comfortable there, or I can fit it right here in the middle. The nice thing about this is, unlike some of the rivals, you can actually fit in the third row. Third climate control setting, heated rear seats. You have your home plug, USB-A and C port. And I like how this pulls out to give you a storage tray and your cup holders that you can fit probably about a 32-ounce. You got storage behind both of the front seats. The door panel, get your everyday materials. It's going to be more soft where you rest your elbows. And you have 2 areas that you can put some storage here. One touchdown with the wood look and the contrast stitching. Another little storage cubby and a larger one on the bottom. For the third row, I'm at 37.2 inches of headroom, 29.7 inches of legroom. I can fit relatively okay. If you sit normal, you're going to be sitting more like this, so it's going to be a lot closer to the second row. However, doable. You're going to lose some cargo. On the side, you'll get a USB port on the left side with a cup holder, an area that you can put your phone upright. The windows are pretty large, so you don't feel claustrophobic. Just on the right side, you only have a cup holder, no USB port. So that is something that I dislike. I also wish that the moonroof would come a little bit more back here. There is enough light that goes through the interior of this, so you don't feel anything too tight or anything like that. Is it doable for 6 adults my size at 6'3"? Yes. For a long journey, comfortable? It's not bad. You're going to also sit up higher than you do in the second row. Taking the 2023 GMC Acadia Denali out for our test run. 3.6 liter V6 with 310 horsepower. 271 pound-feet of torque, 9-speed automatic transmission. Gas consumption's the best in class power, just a hair over 50 grand. Comparing it to the rivals, you're going to be saving at least $5,000 to $10,000 depending on what option you get for a Jeep Grand Cherokee L. And features, once you start featuring that thing up, it's going to be over $60,000. And you can still fit everybody comfortably. That is a really good thing too, because a third row vehicle that's mid-size SUV, typically it's hard to fit in the third row. I can actually fit there. So I do like the fact that you can actually utilize this vehicle and fit 6 adults at 6'3". We're going to see how that performance is, and we're going to pull right here, stop in the middle of the road, and give her a go. She gets a bit throaty. Road noise does filter in pretty much through the wheel wells. It's a box structure, so you're not expecting it to be ultra quiet, but the way you sit in here, it feels very sporty. This dash, I kind of hope that they keep something similar, just clean up some of the buttons a bit. As for the Jeep Grand Cherokee L, I like the setup on that vehicle. It is awesome. You got great ground clearance. Obviously, Jeeps are known for towing. Payload is actually a little bit better in this one. For what you're getting, bang for your buck. Better MPGs, better performance, comparing it to the 3.6 liter. This just kind of takes the cake. Comparing it to the Kia Telluride, I like this one a little bit better too, because it just has that luxury style to it, and they give it to you in the interior. The seats are very plush. When you get into the Kia, into the second and third row, it starts getting a little bit tight. The seat where your butt area is not going to be as long as it is in the GMC. Comparing it to the Honda Pilot, they have a full redesign for 2023. The 2022 model paying another $4,000 or $5,000 for features that you get in this. Value, bang for your buck, this is great. Looking through the windscreen, it just feels very sporty and athletic. The A-pillars are nice and chunky. The side view mirrors, I like the size of them. It's not too overly large, but the steering wheel is. So it gives you the projection that it is a mid-size SUV, so it's not going to be something small. But as for dynamics, I mean, it's going to be a bit boaty. You're going to expect that with this type of a vehicle. The steering wheel is also very artificial, which makes it easy and smooth to drive on a long journey, whereas the Jeep is going to be a little bit heavier. The same thing for the Honda and the Kia. Now there is 3 things I like and 3 things that I dislike, because anything more than that, I'd be buying this Denali. The 3 things that I like to start off with is how this is the best in class for power, for luxury, and for everyday use. The second thing that I like about it is the way this dash is. Some people probably will say in the comments, well, it's an older dash. However, it's very sporty the way it's proportioned out. And look at this. Catch up to traffic quickly and smooth. The last thing that I like, I can fit in the third row. We still have cargo capacity. They have plenty of storage, and they even give you more storage pockets in the door panel than any of the rivals. They go crazy. Honda does a good job with it as well, just GMC gives you an extra one. 3 things that I dislike is the infotainment screen. It is the smallest in class, comparing it to almost any vehicle, not just rivals. The second thing that I dislike about the vehicle is you have a lot more harder materials, and this is the Denali, so it should be more plush materials. The last thing that I dislike is the towing is not the best in class, and they tackled every single thing else. I wish it was at least 5,000 or 6,000 pounds. Turn radius at a stop point is going to be about 2 lanes. Overall, it is pretty quiet. It's a lot more so than the Honda Pilot and the Kia Telluride, even with these upgraded wheels.